Hey everybody, just real quick, we were asked to do a review of a song by some homies.
Yep.
They just uploaded their debut song to Spotify. It's a band called
Volitions.
Volitions,
Yes.
Volitions. Go check them out. So the song is called
The song that killed my amp killer.
Amp Killer. Amp
Yeah.
Killer. What do you think about it, Adam?
I liked it, man. Just for all you VI players out there and play girls, they're an instrumental band. I very much enjoyed the ambient aspect of it. It was chill, and of course the prominent bass lines. It's really hard to explain an instrumental song through a podcast, but that's my best attempt.
Yeah, I thought it was really groovy
Uh-huh.
and like I really like that transition kind of near the end.
Yep.
Um, Oh yeah, it's got like a hella groove to it. It's sick, especially being an instrumental band and everything like that. It is like you said, it's hard to explain, but go check that shit out because it's
So check
dope.
them out.
Yeah, we got Ty Nuke on drums, Wes J on guitar, and Dick Steele on bass, baby.
That's right. Get that big helping of Dick Steele.
That's right. That bass
And
slaps so fucking hard. It's a proper name for a bassist, all right?
yeah, so I think they have other songs as well. This was just their first official release, so
On Spotify, yeah.
on Spotify. So I imagine the rest will follow.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. The
go
song
check
is
it out.
really dope, though. It's their first single to be released. It's been released, so definitely go run those numbers up. Give them a listen. It's well worth it. So,
Yep,
all
run
right,
it up.
that's it. Here's the show. Let me hit the stop. Hold on.
All
I
right,
had I had to say that.
here's the show.
Here's the show. How's everybody doing? My name is Augie with VIP Playlist. I'm here with my co-host.
Adam, what's up, guys?
We have a guest today with us. You want to introduce yourself and the name of your band and what you do?
Sure. Hi, my name's John Benoit, and I play guitar in a band called Resilia.
Sweet. Yeah, Resilia. We've actually had you mentioned on like the last like 4 or 5 episodes.
No shit.
Yeah. We had
Yeah.
somebody say that you're like the best guitarist in the scene at the moment.
That's way too nice.
Yeah, man. We had a lot of great comments. So, and man, I just want to know, like, are you still riding that high from tour?
A little bit,
A
yeah.
little bit.
Honestly, right after tour too, I got back and pretty much just started practicing these songs, play with Andres.
Yeah.
And then we went and opened for the home team, which was
Oh, fuck
like,
yeah, dude.
dude, it was like a
Oh,
brain altering
yeah.
experience. It was so sick.
Those dudes are so amazing, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're also really sweet. I didn't really get
Yeah.
to talk with many of them at length, but after we played 2 shows with them.
Yeah.
After the second one, the singer like came up to me and gave me a hug, and I was like just starstruck because I'm a big fan of his voice and his
Yeah.
writing.
Right.
So I was like, oh my god, you're giving me the time of day. You're the
Yeah.
best guy in the world.
Bro, we had Brian and Daniel on, and
Mhm.
they were just the nicest fucking dudes, man.
Yeah, super.
Literally, it was
yeah.
like we talked to them for like 2 hours, man.
They took
That's
over
so
the
dope.
pod.
They took over the
That
pod,
day.
bro. Yeah, they took over completely.
That's so sick. I could see it happening. Those guys
Yeah.
were all super chill.
Yeah, hella nice,
Indeed.
man. Y'all just got on tour with Lilac Kings, right?
Yeah, another set of really nice guys. I
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah, Dylan and Caleb have always just been really sweet to us. It's so nice for no reason, man. I love those dudes.
Yeah, they're the best. I got to meet them. I think 2022 when I was subbing with. I met Yeti, and I hadn't really heard a ton of their stuff, but
Yeah.
like I knew that like Dylan sang really high, and I was like really curious to see them play live. And like, goddamn, does that guy deliver?
Oh yeah, yeah. I had the pleasure of seeing them live last year for my birthday, like August, and holy shit, dude, it was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are a killer.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, this is good. Like positive vibes to start off the pod. This is
hell
nice.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Everybody's sweet. Everybody's kind.
Everybody's nice. Yeah,
This is good.
Good vibes.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you actually did a little bass for Lilac King's first couple of shows, right?
Yeah, I was filling in because Caleb had some kind of a like a thing that he had to do, and I actually don't know where he lives right now. I think it's like I can't remember whether it was Texas and he drove out with them, or he didn't drive out with them, or if he drove out with them to Texas and flew back. There was some whole snafu.
I think
And,
they're in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know most of them are, but I remember that I know they're like spread out even there a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm really shit with geography. I forget everything the second I'm
Same.
like
yeah,
not looking
yeah.
at like the map or whatever. But yeah, I got to fill in. That was a lot of fun. Real good
That's
time.
awesome. Hell yeah, dude. So today we're gonna make a Spotify playlist based off of some of your listens throughout the years, man. Is there anything you want to name this thing?
There's something I name most of my playlists. I name most of them SOMGS, like songs with the letter M. So I
Nice. I
figure
like
keep
it.
it consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, songs. So first question we do is like, this is taking it back, man. Give us some good memories from maybe like riding in the car with your parents, road trips, something they showed you, anything like that.
Yeah, there's actually one song that strikes me particularly for that. My dad used to have this cassette player in his car, and it was one of those like I think it's like a station wagon with like the fake wood paneling on the
Oh
side.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, those things were sick looking.
Those things are
But,
so fucking cool.
dude, for
Yeah.
real. But he had this like mix cassette that he had made, and my dad he still has a really weird taste in music. Like his current love is ska, but
Oh,
like
nice.
he loves the covers of like 80s songs that are done by ska bands. He's obsessed with that. But back then he was really into like prog rock, like just because it was like silly. And
Yeah.
there was this one song called Hocus Pocus by a band called Focus that like that's like the first memory I have of like rock music in general. And that song is still one of my favorite like instrumental tunes ever. It's got some crazy solos on it.
Yeah, I think I've heard that
That's
song.
a new one.
I
haven't.
think
I don't
I've
think.
heard it.
Well, maybe, but
It's not like I'm almost positive I've heard that song. I recognize the name and the band and everything, but
It's the one with the yodeling. You would definitely remember the yodeling.
yeah, yeah. That's awesome, dude. He made a mix cassette, so that was like back in the day when you had to like record that shit. Like
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
those
You-
were hard to make, bro.
he was adept. He knew what he was doing.
That's
Yeah.
really awesome.
That's hilarious. That's awesome, man.
Wholesome memories.
Speaking
Oh,
of ska, man, so my daughter, she's 4, and my son as well. They were both into this show. Is Yo Gabba Gabba?
Oh, that show's sick.
This show's so fucking cool, man. It really is like the coolest show. They had like My Chemical Romance on. They had like all these like punk bands
For
and
real?
shit. Yeah, dude. They had them
What
on
the
singing
hell?
songs and shit. Yeah, because it was
That's awesome.
the show is made by the Aquabats.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The Aquabats is who makes that show. Like the lead singer of the
Okay. Aquabats.
That's why it's
That's
so
so
fucking
sick.
weird. Yeah.
That definitely checks out.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. He was actually the guy. The painter guy that would like paint the pictures and they would come alive.
Doesn't immediately strike me, but I
Okay.
think I mostly saw like clips of the show on
Yeah.
YouTube.
So he was actually he had a little part in the show. But yeah, that show's so cool, man. With
Dude.
all the like bands they had on there, shit like that. It's sick, man.
Yeah, awesome characters too. The character design is so sweet.
Yeah. Listen up, all you VIP peers.
And VI
We have a
players.
goddamn Patreon now.
It's so aggressive.
I did.
We have a Patreon now,
Yeah, motherfuckers.
and a Discord,
Yeah,
and a YouTube,
Discord. Come
but
join it.
no webcams yet.
No webcams. You can't see our beautiful face.
Not yet.
Yeah. Shout out to Enormous Adam on Discord. Hit him up if you need a Discord. He did a great job on ours. It looks cool. But guess what? You won't know how it looks unless you join that bitch. If you would, please join our Discord and our Patreon. It would be really cool of you. We would love you forever. We still love you forever, even if you don't.
Yeah. You,
But-
you join the Patreon, you're gonna get stickers. You get
Stickers.
to dehumanize me.
Yes.
You want to know what that means?
Go look
to
at the
the
Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it.
That's
And
it.
subscribe to our fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah. Comment.
Thank you.
Review. Subscribe. We
Yeah,
love you
all
more.
that stuff. Do everything that you do for all the people that you love on YouTube. Do it for us too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We love you.
So let's talk about your guitar skills, man. What got you into the guitar, dude?
So like there was like that period around when Guitar Hero 3 came out.
Yeah.
It seemed like the whole world revolved around guitar for like, I don't know, like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
And like my buddy had just started playing guitar and he had a bass line around his house because I think his dad used to play or something. And I picked that up and I was like, oh, this is kind of giant and cool. And I thought it was an interesting thing to do. So I picked up bass eventually. It took me a while to really get one. But I started playing bass. And then I got into a bunch of bands like Guns N' Roses and pretty much just like anything that was on Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
That was also probably the first time I heard Fall of Troy, which was definitely huge. Definitely infected my brain.
3 was like my favorite, man.
Yeah, amazing game. Amazing tracks on that shit.
Yeah. We were actually, Adam came over last night and we hung out and drank some beers till like 1 a.m. And that actually came up as how influential. There's 3 games that were extremely influential on getting people to play music. It was Guitar Hero, Rock Band, and fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah, pretty much.
The 3 like most influential soundtracks of all time.
I have like a not controversial opinion about that as well. I think there's a 4th, and I think there's like a straight up pipeline from playing Ocarina of Time, the Legend of Zelda game, to playing prog metal.
That's hilarious.
Sure.
You know what, dude? You know what? Now that you mention it.
I swear to God, there's like 1.5 million gent covers of like any song from Ocarina of Time.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I never thought about that. That's
I noticed that as well. And I was like, okay, this is no longer a coincidence. Like, this is a thing.
Yeah. Dude, the crazy thing, I can't remember what time signature it is. It's like something really fucking off. Like not even like 5 or 7. I think it's even weirder than that. But like literally the first song in the game, like when you're entering the Kokiri Forest or like the ferry cutscene thing, that shit's in like some really strange time. And I think that like Zelda played a really big part for like, you know, nerds like me, like normalizing odd times and like weird tonalities.
Yeah.
A lot of Lydian, a lot of stuff like that.
Dude. That makes a lot of sense. Everything's making sense right now. I'm freaking myself out. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super dope. Love that shit.
Yeah. So Rock Band, Guitar Hero, all that stuff. So what was your favorite song to play?
I don't have like a distinct memory of like a favorite song, but I do remember really enjoying playing the intro to My Name is Jonas.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one was really fun. Just like that easy flowing tempo where you're still playing a bunch of notes though.
Yeah.
And what band or like what artist did you kind of like when you started getting into your own sort of, I guess, post-hardcore or even metalcore or whatever you started off with? Like, what was that first artist that kind of put you in that whole rabbit hole and led you to where you are now?
I mean, it's hard to give a clear answer because I'm like to most post-hardcore, I'm pretty late to the game.
Yep.
Like I was Coheed and Cambria is my favorite band since like 2009, I think.
That's awesome.
And that was like, besides like the Fall of Troy and the Mars Volta, though, that was like the only band I really listened to that was like you could consider post-hardcore at all.
Right.
And I didn't listen to a ton of the Volta or the Fall of Troy until I was like later in high school. But Coheed was definitely really big for me. But even before that, like the stuff that got me into like metal was mostly like classic metal stuff, like like Dio, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we were talking about that stuff too last night, actually, Augie. Sort of those bands, like Augie and I, like it's not really our thing. I think it's like has to do with kind of the vocals, but if you just listen to the music, you can totally see like even if you go back and listen to like Black Sabbath's first album. I did that not too long ago. I was like, you know what? Let me give this a whirl. And I was like, I can totally see like the beginnings and the inklings of where we are now. Like, it's crazy. So,
I pissed one of my friends off because I said that, like I'm not a big fan of Pink Floyd.
Oh, sure. Yeah. He got mad.
But he was like 20 minutes later, he was like, hold on, you struck a nerve. Why don't you like Pink Floyd?
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, don't get me wrong. The band's talented. They're hella talented because that album came out in like the 70s and people are still talking about that shit in 2023. Like that's unheard of almost, it's just not something that I've ever gotten into personally. It's not like it's not that it's not good. It's just that I'm not a fan of it. So
I feel that way about a lot of 50s music. Like all like the classic rock and roll stuff. I feel like it's really about what like you first get exposed to. Yeah. Because like my dad, I didn't like hear a lot of modern music until like I was like getting a little bit older. Like I heard mostly just whatever my parents played in the car, which was a lot of like older stuff. So I heard like The thing I remember hearing the most growing up was like Tom Jones, and like I don't know, it was just like a lot of like very
Tom
not
Jones.
rock. Yeah, he's just like a crooner, modern crooner type guy. But like I don't know, there wasn't a lot of like heavy stuff. So it wasn't until like I really got into that Guitar Hero phase that I started to hear like distorted guitar, and I was like, again, after like the Focus and prog rock stuff.
Yeah.
But not like the aggressive guitars. That wasn't until about then.
Yeah. So you mentioned Coheed and Cambria. I don't know. Have you heard of the band Aluchis?
Wait, is that Aluxes?
Yes.
Yes, my homie Josh has been writing with them. He's,
Okay. Cool.
From Properties Nature.
So the guitarist slash one of the vocalists in the band, his name is Mark Taylor, and I told him I'd ask you this. So he said that he is a massive fan of Coheed and Cambria as well, and he wanted to know if you'd start a Coheed cover band with him.
Anytime. I know. I already pretty much know how to play like all of In Keeping Secrets.
Yeah,
like
he said he knows how to play a bunch of songs too.
That's wild, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was trying to get this thing started with this guy, Joe. He's just a random bass player online. We covered 2 Coheed and Cambria songs together right around when No World for Tomorrow was turning 10, I think, or maybe like a little bit after. Well, we planned on doing a whole bunch more, but then classic life getting in the way shit happened. And it's honestly completely on me. He's been doing a lot of cover shit, but I just haven't been able to find the time to sit down and do it as well as I'd want to.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Properties of Nature, they're the homies. Josh has hooked us up a lot with he's so fucking nice, man.
Yeah,
and
they're super nice to us,
I love him.
Yeah,
he was like the first guy in the scene that I talked to.
Oh, really? Yeah, they're hella nice, man. Super nice dudes. But
you should get some of these songs.
Yeah, I got it. I got a list working right now that way. So you mentioned like Dio?
Yeah. The song Rainbow in the Dark was really responsible for me like wanting to like learn how to play like lead guitar. Like I played a little bit of chords and stuff, but I still considered myself mostly a bass player for a while.
Yeah.
And then I heard like the Rainbow in the Dark solo, shout out to Vivian Campbell. And that shit literally rewired my brain.
Yeah, man. Dio was a legend back then, man. I mean, still today.
He's just such a sick singer.
Yeah. And then Black Sabbath?
If I had to pick a Sabbath tune, I'd probably pick either Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, or maybe Into the Void. Dealer's choice. Pick whichever name sounds cooler to you.
I mean, we can do both if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
Load them up.
Yeah, man. Is there any other songs? Yeah, I know you mentioned another band. I missed it. You said Dio, Sabbath, and there was another one, right?
Iron Maiden was pretty big for me. Ozzy Osbourne too. I'd say honestly, Ozzy was bigger for me than Maiden was, but I do love Maiden a lot. If I was gonna pick like an Ozzy song, I'd probably pick like Diary of a Madman. Yeah, that would be a good one.
I put My Name is Jonas and FC Premix on there.
Hell
Is
yeah.
that cool? All right, cool.
Totally.
And then we got the Ozzy and the Sabbath. Did you want to throw a Tom Jones song on there? Or?
Ooh. Let me, if I had my phone, I'd be able to pick a better one. You know what? Sex Bomb by Tom Jones.
All right.
I like that song name.
Yeah, man.
You guys got to hear that one if you haven't before. It's a ridiculous tune.
We'll listen to this playlist, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's who Tom Jones is. Okay.
Yeah, he's a What's New Pussycat guy.
What?
Yeah.
Pussycat. Whoa. Yeah. I used to play that in the bar.
He has this other song, Delilah, that's like the most extra crazy ballad ever. It's about like killing some guy that like slept with your wife or whatever.
Right on.
Crazy.
That's nuts, man. Let's go Coheed and Cambria. And if you want to throw more than one song, be my guest, man.
Absolutely.
Let me pick one from 2 records. Let me pick one from In Keeping Secrets and then one from Second Stage.
Right.
Neverender by Coheed and Cambria for sure. That's like one of my if I had a gun to my head, I'd probably say it's my favorite Coheed song, but that's pretty impossible for me to choose. I love that fucking song. And then from In Keeping Secrets, probably Three Evils was the song that got me into Coheed, so that's a pretty good one.
Okay.
And then you said the Mars Volta.
Ooh. Viscera Eyes, I think would be probably my favorite by them. I fucking love that song. I just went on a really big Red Hot Chili Peppers kick for a while because I teach a school of rock and we do like seasonal shows, and I was directing the Red Hot Chili Peppers versus No Doubt show, and I didn't realize the extent to which like Flea and John Frusciante were like really important to the early Volta shit.
Mhm.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
Yeah, Flea was all like literally the guy on like the bass player on the first record, and then John Frusciante apparently recorded almost all of the guitars on I think Amputecture.
Oh, wow. That's nuts, man.
Damn.
Dude, we got it. Like, school, that's so badass. Like,
I know.
School
So
of
sick.
Well, the School of Rock thing, I don't think we have anything like that around here.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
like the third time we've heard about that, because we've
Yeah.
asked a couple of people, like, how'd you get into this? How'd you get into that? And they're like, we went to the School of Rock thing. Or
Mhm.
their school just had a general music program. Like, we don't have that. Well, in our little town that we were from, we didn't
Yeah.
have that shit.
Yeah, actually, so Avoid, you've heard of Avoid, right?
I'm not sure I have.
Okay, so Avoid is they're a pretty big like metalcore band.
Hell yeah.
That band actually started in a School of Rock school when he was in like middle school or some shit. And
Fuck yeah.
yeah, they used to be called Avoid the Void, and then he dropped Avoid the Void, like the void part of it, and now they're just called Avoid. But he's been in the same band since fucking middle school.
That's so sick.
Yeah, dude.
I played with the same drummer for 10 years and I miss that guy, but that being in the same band from high school sounds like insane.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's nuts because normally, a lot of people, they're in like fucking 10 bands at least by the time something pops off. But this dude just stuck with it, and now they're finally popped out. They're signed to like Thriller Records with the home team and all that shit. So
Hell yeah.
doing real well for himself.
If you got the right idea, you got the right idea.
Yeah, you just believe in it, man, and keep pushing it.
100%.
But Avoid's pretty sick, dude. They're real spastic. Like music
check
is
them out.
constant. They actually have a Red Hot Chili Peppers lick in one of their songs. He said he had a bunch of odes like to a bunch of music that he used to listen to. This song is called Can't Take This Away. And like right before the breakdown, you hear bam, 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 and then it just fucking breaks. It's so
Hell
fucking
yeah.
sick, dude. I love it, dude.
That's so tight.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do a little bit more like that. I started to try and like use like other songs as inspirations for songs lately.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got, this is a really random tune, but there was a song Coconuts by Kim Petras that is a really fun, silly song that I started working like on like the chords with, and then I just kind of took it somewhere else. But then I also tried to like take a part of this Death Cab for Cutie song and put it in a new song as well, or like just a lick from it.
Yeah.
It's a really cool way to write. It's really hard though to not feel like you're like stepping on someone's toes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, but I mean, that's kind of what hip hop does, and that they do a really good job of sampling shit and making it their own. So
Totally.
why can't rock do it? I feel like
Just gotta find a way to be tasteful,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. I remember when you guys came out, 2019. That was like when you dropped. I believe it was Royal Flush was your first song. No vocals. Was that just you in the band at the time?
So I didn't like record it by myself or anything like that, but at the time I didn't like have a full lineup for the band or anything.
Yeah.
It was pretty much just me and the bass player from my last band. And I had a drummer at the time, but we parted ways during COVID at some point. But I was kind of just like trying to find a vocal. I had recorded the music in like late 2018, and it had been ready for a little bit. And I'd wanted to find a vocalist, but wasn't having any luck. So I just decided to put it out and see if that attracted any attention.
Yeah. So this band was never intended to be an instrumental project. You always knew you wanted a vocalist.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I remember seeing it like post. I think it was like like I said, it used to be real big in like the Swan Core Facebook groups, Swan posting or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I saw your shit. And man, dude, insane skills, dude. I was blown away by it, dude. Like, I remember the first time I heard Gambit, dude, I was like, oh my God, that is the catchiest fucking lick I've ever heard.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
dude.
good stuff, man.
I was always curious though. So when you added vocals to those, were you surprised at how the songs changed? Or did they change to you personally? Or
I'd always like written them with the spots where they had vocals in mind. So it was like definitely like it wasn't like shocking or jarring, but like I was like really stoked for sure. Like the
Mhm.
first song I heard back with vocals was Gambit, and I think that was probably like the best day of my life. Like
oh, dude, yeah.
I sobbed. It was amazing.
Oh
And
man,
what Joey sent me is like he pretty much demoed it out, and then I had him change like three things, and then that's what's on the record.
yeah. Joey's voice on that song is fucking phenomenal, dude. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, dude, he works quick too. Like I sent him the track, and then he had it back to me like I think it was a few days later, maybe not even a few days. It was like very quick. He's a quick worker, that guy.
His voice is so amazing too, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
An
a
angel.
crazy talent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you hooked up with Daisy for Royal Flush.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Is that when you knew you wanted her to be the vocalist, or?
So I didn't think that that was like on the table at all at first. I was just trying to like, I don't want to use the word use, but I wanted to have them on the tracks to get more attention to the fact that I wanted a singer.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like there was initially like some people who were like, is this an instrumental band or is like, what's the deal here? And I never wanted to be an instrumental band. And at that time I was like I really wanted to, I felt very strongly that I needed to make it clear. So I was like, okay, I got to get some fucking singers on this. Then not long after the tunes came out, Daisy hit me up and she asked if if I'd be down to have her join the band, and it was like pretty instantly a yes from me, because like
Yeah.
Yeti's always and still is my favorite post-hardcore band in the scene, like bar none. I think they're
Yeah.
like the fucking shit, and I love them. Shout outs to Tony and the Louie and the gang.
Yeah.
That shit is like fucking A1 in my opinion.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I love them so much. Hell yeah, dude. And that's awesome, man. Like the EP y'all just released, like all of it's just so fucking good, man.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, dude.
Speaking of the EP, like this is kind of a two-parter. Like tell us about it, how it came about, how you feel about it, the reception, and then I'm interested to know your writing process. So, like for instance, we've interviewed other guitarists, like brilliant guitarists, and some of them, the writing, the way they write is kind of funny to me because they're like, I'll fiddle around, I'll play something cool, and I immediately have to record it because if I don't, I'm gonna forget it, kind of thing. And I
Yeah.
think that's like, I don't know, it just seems like, I don't know, one of those weird, just brilliant stroke kind of things. It's really funny to me.
I definitely have a goldfish brain
Okay.
for like remembering stuff, and I've never been good at it. But like working at School of Rock and like learning songs to teach them every day, and then immediately forgetting them has made me even worse about this. So I've always been like pretty like quick about like if I have an idea that I think is worth recording, I'll just pull out my phone and then record it. But like as far as like songwriting goes, I have an even weirder process. Are either of you guys familiar with Guitar Pro, the program?
Yeah. I mean,
Somewhat.
I've never used it, but I've heard a lot
Yeah,
of people
we've
speak
heard of
about
it,
it for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
It's basically just like a tablature editor and like music scoring software that you can just like kind of punch in notes on.
Uh-huh.
I do a lot of writing on there. Pretty much the lion's share of this EP was written on Guitar Pro. I usually what I do is I like have a riff or an idea or something that I want to like base a song on, and then I'll kind of jump in there and fool around for a little bit, punch some stuff in. It's kind of like a guitar video game.
Yeah.
And then like after I sit there for a little while, some music happens. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome, dude. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's really cool, man. It is Resilia a full band now with bassist and drummer and everything?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah, we've got a full lineup. It took us a little while we've had the bass, drums, guitar, or not, sorry, not drums. We had bass, guitars, and vocals together for the longest time. Pretty much since the EP came out, that part of or not the EPs, since the first singles came out.
Okay.
that part of the band's been put together. But we had a while where we were trying to figure out the drum situation. And on the EP, we actually have Brody Taylor Smith from Seder. He programmed all that stuff.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
He's the dude. He's fucking insane. A wild drummer and an incredible programmer too. Like he's also a Guitar Pro fiend, but like he like does a lot of his like part writing on Guitar Pro, which I think is kind of crazy because like I know a lot of drummers that program, they're like usually they go into like a DAW and they like punch it in on the grid. So I think it's pretty cool that he does it on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man, Seder's sick, dude.
I love them. They're so fucking cool.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're a 3-piece, right?
I think it's 3 official members, but they have a live bass player.
Cause the shit they write, dude. Like, I don't see how they could play that shit live, dude. Like,
oh, but they do. They're good live. I haven't gotten to see them live yet. I think I was supposed to a few times, but life just keeps getting in the way. But
yeah, because I've seen it. I watched on this last album they released. I watched their like behind the scenes and like everything, and there's so many fucking like guitar tracks and like just every drum beats and like holy shit, dude, it was insane. I was like, how are they gonna pull this shit off live?
Dude, I have so much respect for them because I feel like they come from a very different angle than a lot of the other bands in our scene. Like I feel like everyone in our scene, for the most part, myself largely included, are all just like Dance Gavin Dance, Fall of Troy, Mars Volta freaks. Yeah. And I'm sure those guys are to a large extent too. But there's so much of that like Between the Buried and Me influence and like, other like more like standard prog stuff. And it like marries with all the other influences they have in such a fucking cool way.
For sure, dude. Yeah, huge fan, man. They're awesome. Somebody told us that you went to Berkeley.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was cool. I met the guitar player and the bass player in Resilia there. Okay. And that alone makes it at least a little bit worth it. But yeah, I ended up dropping out after 2 years because I had some hand problems, and I was playing in an alternative rock band at the time, where like any like progress I wanted to make with that band and guitar playing in general, it was like I had enough hand stamina where it's pretty much, do I do my schoolwork or do I do anything else? Yeah, and I chose anything else. I think I made the right choice, hopefully. Yeah, for sure, man.
Hey, man, as long as you don't regret it and you're happy.
Yeah. We talked to the Aviations and they went to Berkeley.
Yeah, dude, the guitar player in my band actually played with them for a little while too.
Oh, really? Those are such nice dudes.
Guys, yeah.
I love those dudes.
They're fucking crazy.
I absolutely devour whatever they put out.
Yeah, man.
It's insane.
It's funny because during the interview, I love this story so much just because fucking Eric is like, he's a fucking beast of a man, dude. I don't know if you've ever seen Eric. He's fucking massive, dude. When we started the interview, he had his camera on, and I swear to God, dude, he was the most intimidating looking motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. Because he was just like, it almost looked like he was mean mugging, dude.
He looked like he didn't want to be there. But,
and I was like, I was a little scared, but dude, he started cracking jokes, dude. He made me laugh so fucking hard.
I haven't met all of them, but everyone I've met from that band is a complete sweetheart for sure.
Yeah, they're all cool. They're all really dope. We talked to Sam, Adam, and Eric.
Hell yeah.
And Adam, his voice is for being a, like, I guess, gent progressive band, the vocals are not in that style, and his voice is just, it matches up so well.
So unique. Yeah.
He's dope. I know he's really influenced by a lot of the more post-hardcore shit. I know
he loves like Fall of Troy. He's like obsessed with them.
And what is it? That was another weird one that he liked too. It's like I know Johnny too was a huge influence on him in his younger days.
I believe it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Johnny
cool,
was
man.
sick back then. Even before I liked Dance Gavin Dance, I really dug Emarosa.
Yeah, he had a different voice, man, and nobody was doing that.
Straight up.
And it's still a really hard thing to match,
Yeah, I feel like Joey's the only guy going like bar for bar with him on that style right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It used to be Tyler Carter, and then
True.
Yeah, but yeah, Joey for sure. Which Joey, man, I love all the Michael Jackson influence he puts in his voice, dude. It's sick.
Oh yeah.
So you
He
just
loves
don't, you
Michael
don't hear
Jackson.
that shit in like post-hardcore, and the way he does some of those fucking vocal runs when he puts that like extra grunt into it, it's like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, the king of
Yeah.
pop himself, man.
Yeah, that shit's mean.
Let's go with some shit that you're listening to currently, man.
Ooh, so I've been like fucking spamming Right Through Me by the Home Team.
Yeah. Oh, me
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
Dude, that song fucks me up. I love that shit.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
That and like I've been really fucking with the new 100 Gex record. That shit is really fucking fun.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
is.
so different than all the other shit that I've been listening to. So it's been really cool getting into that.
Yeah, that fucking breakdown of Billy Knows Jamie, that shit got me,
Mhm.
dog. I was like, oh my God.
Dude, all those wild changes in 757 fuck me up. I love
Yeah.
that song in general too.
You want to throw
But
that
like
one on here?
compositionally, yeah, totally. That whole record, just like the twists and turns on it are nuts. I definitely like really want to try and emulate some of that shit.
Yeah, for sure. I know you mentioned Kim Petras earlier. You want to throw that song Coconut on here?
Sure, yeah. If you're cool with like a like actually we already have Sex Bomb on there, so I guess like weird explicit lyrics are cool, right?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You're
Cool.
good, dude. You're good, man. You can throw whatever
Yeah.
you want, man. Like this isn't a genre specific playlist or whatever. You throw whatever the fuck you want, and then as far as like whatever explicit lyrics were, I don't care.
Yeah, Coconuts is crazy. I remember the first time I heard it, like I had like a visceral reaction to the lyrics. I was like, "What the fuck? You're saying that in a song?" But then, like as I kept listening to it, I was just like, "Damn, this kind of goes hard."
Yeah, and that's kind of how like my wife's big into like Ash Nico and Doja Cat, and some of
Mhm.
their lyrics are so fucking like just off the wall, man.
Yeah, Doja Cat's fucking tight. I
Yeah.
love that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
How was that tour with Lilac Kings?
It was awesome. We've only really done a handful of shows because like all of our members are kind of spread out a little bit.
Okay.
It used to be that like most of the band lived in LA and it was just Daisy in Florida.
Uh-huh.
But our bassist Ethan, he lives kind of between New England and Virginia right now,
Oh, wow.
and so we're a little bit more spread out than we used to be. So and local shows were really never a thing before, but now we don't. There's like no real chance of it reasonably.
Uh-huh.
So like all of our experience playing shows has been on tour. So it's definitely like a quick adjustment at first. Whenever we start playing together, we have to like kind of get the wheels turning again.
Right.
But once they're turning, it feels like they're turning pretty good.
So
Yeah.
with you guys being so spread apart, I know in terms of recording, like pretty much most bands we've interviewed, they're able to record and write and do all that stuff, even remotely. But is touring something you guys want to keep doing, or are you guys going to try to relocate or, make it maybe a little easier, anything like that?
Yeah, so I'm planning on moving to Orlando sometime this summer to be closer to Daisy, and I really want to, do in-person writing for the next record.
Okay.
But as far as like local shows, I don't see like that situation changing a terrible amount very soon.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to do a bunch more touring if we can. It's all about, timing and getting being able to do it, getting the right offer type of thing.
Of course.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a
Absolutely.
big move, man. Because are you in LA?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Are you
that's literally
born
across
and
the
raised?
country.
Yeah, pretty much as far as you can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, dude. Big move for sure. But hey, gotta respect it.
Yeah, man.
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah. As long as I'm in a place that's warm, I think I'll be mostly okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida's like the
for
best
sure.
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
After living in Boston, I just don't have any tolerance for the cold anymore. That shit can fuck off.
Boston is pretty fucking cold, dude.
Yeah, the wind there is brutal.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I was there in March of maybe last year or the year before. I was not prepared.
It's no
And it
joke.
was their spring, so everyone's wearing like shorts and a t-shirt, and you could totally tell I wasn't from there. I had like gloves on, a puffy jacket. I couldn't have looked more out of place, dude. It was
That's
bad.
funny.
Bad
Oh,
look.
shit.
That's definitely real. People in Boston definitely start wearing shorts a little bit earlier.
Yeah, dude. They just had shorts, t-shirts, Red Sox caps on. That was it.
Mhm.
That's crazy, man.
Just raw dog in the cold, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
They're built different out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I've
love
never
the
been to
cold, but
Boston.
I can't. I guess I'm not that much.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the closest it gets, well, every now and then we'll have like a nice little cold front. It'll get like 16, 8 degrees. Well, I think 8 degrees was the coldest that I've seen it here.
Right.
But that was like, that doesn't happen often. The coldest it gets for the winters here, like average is like 25 maybe.
It's not bad.
So yeah. And that's like everything in Texas goes like on fucking lockdown when that happens. So
Oh yeah. The instant that any like a little piece of ice hits the ground, dude, it's like DEFCON 1. They
yeah,
shut
everything shuts down. School shut
Everyone
down.
goes to the stores, buys all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's so fucking dumb. And it's like 2 days later, it's 80 degrees again.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Idiots, and you can't return toilet paper.
Like these motherfuckers, when the tornado sirens go off, these dumbasses walk outside their doors.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Looking around, shit. One fucking snowflake hits the ground, bro. It's done. They're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Shut down everything.
Yeah.
Everything shut down.
Yeah, a tornado, you're like, let me go see what's going on.
Yeah.
Just
Ain't no
step outside.
tornado.
Yeah, ain't no tornado. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Texas.
shit, dude. Are y'all working on anything?
Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of writing pretty much. I'm trying to write a full length.
Okay.
I've got like 7 songs pretty much ready. It's without vocals, just like instrumental, like skeletons. But I want to try and get something. I want to get a pretty long record. I think that's just the Coheed side of me talking, though. Someone will probably talk some sense into me and make it less long than that.
Oh, that's different. Most bands here lately, they don't. They're either doing EP or they'll just like write 10 songs
Singles,
and then just slow drip release them over the next, few months, 6-8 months or something. So it's refreshing to hear that you want, because dude, I'm a sucker for it. Like Coheed, Tool, like shit like that. Like I want that hour-long album.
Yeah.
It's an experience. It's a ride, and I love it. And it's something that doesn't come out really anymore. Everything's like 30 minutes or less. So,
yeah, I think there's a way to marry the two. I think given like the waterfalling strategy I've seen a lot of bands doing, where they like release a bunch of singles, like pretty much the whole record as a single, or every single song on the record as a single, and then they just eventually end up with like 8 or 9 songs.
Yeah. That helps a lot, especially with like Spotify's algorithm and like curated playlists and all that shit. If you release 3 singles from a record, or if you release 8 singles from a record, your chances of ending up on one of those curated playlists like triples,
100%.
So it's all about strategy and shit. And I completely understand why the bands are doing it. They want those curated playlists, and they want that, that extra boost. Even if it's just for 1 or 2 songs, it's still nice to have. You have more of a chance of somebody checking out your album that way. So
yeah, it's like almost necessary. And like it's not the worst thing in the world to me, honestly, because I think the general quality of songs bands are putting out like rises from that for the most part. Like I feel like almost every song on the Home Team record, for example, could be a single. Like every song on there is just a fucking banger, and it's just relentless.
Those dudes are insane, man. Like just the musicianship between all of them is so fucking good. And the fact that like, so when we interviewed them, we made their playlist, and it blows me away to this day that they're a pop punk band.
Yeah.
None of them listen to pop punk. Not a single fucking one of them.
That's what makes them so good at it. I feel like they don't like fall into the traps,
Yeah. They told us that they do have one album, like their very first album. I don't think Brian's on it, but he said they overcompensated and they just sound like the worst pop punk band ever. Like, but after that, they kind of found their niche and everything. And they write such good fucking songs. Yeah.
Their songwriting is like absolutely next level for me. I just love that shit so much.
Yeah. And Brian's voice to top it off, dude. His voice, goddamn, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's crazy though, man. I really enjoyed them, and their playlist is really good too. And I know Brian listen to a lot of R&B, so that's where that voice comes from, I'm sure.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, dude. I grew up listening to a lot of R&B as well.
Yeah.
And it was just the vocal style. Like I couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah. But do y'all have like a target for when y'all want this out? Like end of the year, next year?
I don't have like a specific time that I want to get it out. I want to like try and have a bunch of the songs like at least demoed and like fleshed out by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Pretty much like as soon as I get to Florida, I want to like A, find a job, and then B, like, you know, figure out all the how best to start like making all these songs exist outside of Guitar Pro.
Yeah, for sure. I got you. Okay.
You said when did you plan on moving out there?
I'm planning on moving out like this summer at some point. Probably
Okay.
like I'm probably leaving LA in like late July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Is there any like homies bands you want to throw in here?
Yeah, I have a lot of homies, man.
Yeah, let's shout out the homies.
Yeah.
Properties of Nature. You didn't start a fire in my heart, or you didn't set. Didn't start or set a fire? Now I'm confusing myself.
That's okay. Augie has the power of Spotify.
Yes.
I'm sure if you look up Properties of Nature, you didn't. It'll show up.
Yeah, it's you didn't start a fire in my heart. You
Yeah,
started it
okay.
in my house.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that song, I fucking love that song.
Yeah, for sure.
You just toured with Lilac King, so maybe throwing on like Drive Me Home. Actually, when does this episode air?
So this is going to air. So we recorded a month in advance, so we already have May taken care of.
Can I make like a request for the Lilac, an oddly specific request?
This is
for
their
Lilac
new
King's
single?
one? Yeah, Daisy's
With,
going to be on
Daisy?
that one.
Yeah, I'll put that one on there for sure.
Hell yeah. That song's awesome. I had a lot of fun playing bass on that one in particular.
Yeah.
That was like my favorite song to play in the set.
Man, I'm so jealous that you got to hear it, dude.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. Any more?
Ooh, how about like Cardigans and Split Ends from Andres?
I love Andreas.
He's the homie. I love that guy. We got to tour with him with Yeti in 2022, and he was a lot of fun to hang out with. And playing with him was also nothing but fun.
Yeah, I got to talk to him like 3 years ago, and just such a nice dude, man.
Yeah, he's so cool. Really funny guy.
Yeah, he was hilarious, man. That interview was awesome. But yeah, I actually interviewed the Yeti.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago. Those interviews, I didn't know what I was doing at the time, so the sound is really bad on them, but still a fun time.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Adam, you got anything else?
I don't have anything else, man.
Anything else? I do want to give you one more compliment, man, and that's the guitar solo in "Hey Pretty Girl."
Oh,
That
thank you
shit
so much.
goes so
Ooh-wee.
fucking hard, dude.
Ooh-wee.
I appreciate that.
I was
I wanna-
not expecting that shit at all.
Yeah, I wanted to like put like a classic rock shred guitar solo in the song. And I
You
thought it'd be
fucking nailed it,
pretty
dude.
fun.
It's so
Dude,
good.
thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I listened to that. Y'all dropped it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Resilia's got a new EP out. Go and listen to it." Got to that part, dude, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude!" Like,
Yeah, I really wanted to just kind of go full Coheed and Cambria worship on that song.
yeah,
And like, I think the thing that honestly drew me to them as a band really hard is like they were really modern and had this pop punky post hardcore thing, but like they also like clearly listened to a lot of like Led Zeppelin and shit.
yeah, for sure.
And that definitely had a really big impact on me because like they just put classic rock guitar solos in their songs. So I was like, yeah, seems like a pretty natural thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. They did that cover. What was that? No, it wasn't even a cover. It was a sequel. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the record or
Jesse's
like...
Girl? Jesse's Girl.
Oh, yeah, Jesse's Girl too.
Rick Springfield. Yeah.
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 I forgot about that song. I haven't listened to that like since it came out.
Yeah, that's so funny, dude.
Yeah, that shit is ridiculous. They're a fucking incredible band.
Yeah. From
Best
what
band
I've
of all
heard,
time.
from what Adams told me, his voice live is unmatched.
Them
Dude.
live, period. Like, I don't know what it was about it, and I'm not shitting on them because they're great, but like the recordings, it just seems like you see them live and it just blows the recordings out of the water. And you can't say that about a lot of bands, but oh my goodness.
I feel like that particularly for the new shit. Like the new songs are good on the record, but like especially like the more synthy ones, the ones that are less like, you know, Coheed, when they do them live, it's like, oh, all right, this song actually goes fucking hard.
Yeah, that seeing them live is what made me like a way bigger fan. I was like, holy hell, like they're great. And so anytime they come to Dallas, like I don't miss it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I take every chance I can as well.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I haven't seen him live. I would love to, but maybe
You
one
must.
day. I actually have one more question.
Heck yeah.
What's up with the gator, man?
The gator?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't remember whether, so my buddy John Rigo, he from like Boston, I met him, he went to Mass Art College when I was going to Berkeley. He does all the art shit for us.
Yeah.
And I can't remember whether or not I asked for a gator. I assume I didn't, because like I just pretty much love everything he does. I think I just kind of asked him to do something, and he just made some gator architecture. And then like Daisy's favorite animal is a gator, so like it kind of just made sense. It just kind of became a thing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I do love that guy though, the John Rigo and the gator.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. The gator is sick, man. Especially in your little, the little, I don't know if it's like a lyric video or whatever with it moving and shit. I think
it looks
Austin
cool.
do that for you.
Yeah. Austin's fronties.
Yeah, that shit looks good
homie.
too. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I love that gator.
So I don't know if you have access to your Spotify right now, do you?
I do. I'm on my computer.
All right, sweet. Give us the last song you listened to.
The last song I listened to. Let's find out. Oh, this is going to be biased by my brother. My brother and I share a Spotify.
Ah, okay.
Let me see my library. Where am I going to find that?
There should be. Okay, let me look on because on the computer I know where it is.
I have recently played.
Yes.
It looks like something by Frank Zappa. It looks like I just clicked on Frank Zappa and just kind of let it ride.
All right.
Oh yeah.
How about Zombie Wolf by Frank Zappa?
That'll work.
Hell yeah.
Zombie Wolf.
Yeah, dude. Do us a favor and the listeners a favor. Shout out your social media handles so they can go find you if they, for some reason, don't know who you guys are. That is criminal if they don't.
Sure. Absolutely.
We are on Instagram and Twitter. I think both of them are the same. Let me check the Twitter. I think they should both be. Yeah, Resilia Band. We're on Spotify, all the streaming services, Bandcamp, etc. We got merch on there at the moment. If you're interested in any of that, some Gator swag.
Yeah, go buy that.
We just put out a record or like a little EP. Go check that out. Daisy's got a new song with Lilac Kings coming out soon. Listen to that. Should be on the playlist. And I think that's just about it.
Do you want to throw a Yeti song on here, man?
Ooh, yeah. I would love to. Can we put Cthulhu on?
Yeah. That's a good one.
I would like to put on the secret censored unreleased track, but they still won't release it.
Oh man. It's
Yeti
soon
fans
though, right?
Yeti fans know, but Metal Slime needs to come out. That shit is too good.
And what two Resilia songs do you want to throw here? We're gonna open the playlist with one, and we're gonna close it with one.
How about Amnesty and maybe Hey There Pretty Girl or Hey Pretty Girl.
Yeah.
Some new shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll what do you want to open it with? The Amnesty or Hey Pretty Girl?
Let's go with Amnesty. I love that one. It's probably my favorite Resilia song we got so far.
Yeah. Close it with Hey Pretty Girl. That way they can hear that sweet ass guitar solo right at the end. Hell
yeah. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. It's no problem, dude. Yeah, I think that's all we got, dude. If you y'all got any planning on doing any tours anytime soon or anything like that?
Nothing in the immediate future, but hopefully something pops up before too long.
Okay. So just be on the lookout. I think that's all I got, man. I appreciate you coming on, giving us some of your time, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man,
thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, and we're gonna be doing this for a while, man. So if y'all ever decide to drop some new music and want to come back on, dude, we'd love to have you back on. So
absolutely,
that'd be fantastic. Hopefully, I can get the whole band next time.
Yeah, man, for sure. We'd love to talk to all of them. So
hey, we'll do you guys one at a time. All right?
Yeah, that way it's easier. Yeah, dude. Just hit them
up. 5 straight episodes. 5 straight Resilia episodes. Or however many of you there is.
Yeah, dude.
All the details.
Yeah, man. All right, man. We appreciate you, dude. You have a nice night.
You too. Thanks so much, guys.
Yep. Thank you.
Peace.